Hi everyone, how are you doing? Welcome back. I am here today with a new game. Today is not my live game because I'm going to review the game I played today. So today I had a match, official professional match, and it was a preliminary round for this team competition between female players and senior players. So I attended this preliminary qualification for the female pro team, women's team, and then it was the first round. So I'm going to show you the game. I hope you will enjoy. Oh, before I start the review, there were two things that changed. Do I look different? Anyway, if you can see what are the difference, you can maybe like leave a comment or leave a message on my Facebook page. And if you get them both right, maybe I'll give you a virtual hug. So anyway, let's see the game. Oh, another thing I remembered. So I made this Facebook page for this YouTube channel. You can easily find it on my channel. There's channel banner. You can click the Facebook icon, or there's this post that I uploaded. So you can find the link. And then I am planning to use the Facebook page for the communication. For example, if I have a live streaming, I can tell you when that will be. Also, if I am planning to have a game, I can tell you in advance. Like tomorrow, 8 p.m. Korean time, I'll be playing on Jam, and then you can come and see if you're interested. Also, if you have questions about my games, instead of leaving the comment after the game, it will be better if you get the link of the point of your question. Like on YouTube, you can right click and then choose get the URL for current point, and then post that on Facebook and then ask the question. In that way, either me or someone else can answer the question very easily. So yeah, the Facebook page, you can find it and follow if you would be interested in following the updates. So that's about it for the day, and then let's see the game. I was black and white was Kim Eunsun for Dan. She's also very good friend of mine. So it was interesting to play with her. Anyway, so look at the game. I am black. I chose this for 3 points, and then I came here. And then at this point, I was very tempted to try this one because I think that's the latest development of this opening. But to be honest, I wasn't 100% sure about this opening because I haven't been studying it closely. So instead of that one, I chose this one because I know about it. And then white came here. At this point, black has several options. For example, there can be this attachment or this pincer, this one, and that one. And then I don't have strong preference over any of these, but I just felt like playing this one today, so I chose this one. And then this is Joseki sequence over here. And then at this point, I think some players prefer playing this one. And then white can either shoulder hit or attach. And then it goes like this. This was one Joseki I know, and then I thought about it. But then I felt like playing something more active, so I chose this one. And then white Haned, and this is another Joseki. And then at this point, later on, she told me that black usually plays over here. But I'm not sure. because I thought the actual game was not bad for black either. So in the actual game I played here, and my plan was to exchange these two and then come over here. You can see that black's threatening this cutting point over here. So if white cuts this one stone, then black will just give up this one and get this good shape. And this seems like a good result for black. So white came in here, and that was very interesting move. I didn't know what's the best option for black here, so I chose this one. It seemed simple enough. And then white cannot really play here because then black shape would be really good. And then there isn't much point in attaching here. So actual game, white cut here, and then black came this way, and then white should capture this one, and this is center for black. So white captured, and then I came over here. So I'm not sure if this result is good for white or black, but I didn't think it was bad for black at least. So that was it. And then also for this move, I thought about coming either here or here because that would be better in building territory from this side. But then because white over here was so strong, I wasn't comfortable with white starting a fight like this one or this one. So I thought I would better be safe with this one. In this case, white cannot disconnect these black 4 stones from this side. So I came here, and then white went in this way over here. And at this point, I think it was better to answer this way. And of course white can do this, but then I could just jump, and then white will probably answer also, and maybe get here. So it seems better than the actual game. Because in the actual game, I came here. I thought this could be a good option because if white blocks here, then I come here. If white comes here, then I push. And usually this would be good for black, especially with this one stone over here. But white came over here, and then this was kind of sente for this black's group. If I don't answer but come something like this one, then white could easily come this way and get a good shape toward this side, and I didn't like that. So I answered like this, but then when white came here, there wasn't much I could do. Usually black can fight like this, but then right now this black group over here is not very strong. So this is not a fight that I want to start. So I couldn't do that. I don't also want to do this because white is splitting this black. So I was thinking about it, and then eventually I just gave up the corner. So it became like this, and then I wasn't too happy. Oh, also this one. I couldn't start the ko because white is so strong. I don't have big enough ko threat. So I did that, and then white got this one stone, which was quite big. So up to this point, I think this result itself was good for white. But then overall, I think the game still somewhat balanced. So I was wondering if this joseki over here was maybe slightly better for black. And then right now I would say the game's balanced. Oh, by the way, for this match, we had 15 minutes and 40 seconds 5 times countdown. And yeah, this is Blitz game for the TV. Baduk TV would be broadcasting the main round on live. So anyway, I came here and then white answered, and then I did that. If white answered, I was going to get here, but then white came in here instead. I thought about just answering here, but then somehow I didn't like this exchange. So I came here, and then doing this one right away would be a little heavy for white. So instead white came here. And that means if I come this way, white will attach here. So I did this, and then white jumped out, and then I took the corner, because although this one is big, when white takes this corner, this group would be baseless. So I chose to take this one, and then white exchanged it here. This was Sente, and then came over here. So here I was debating over either this one or that one. This was big because if white blocks here, not only white gets all the point in the corner, but this black group is also not completely alive yet. So although this was really big, I ended up choosing this one. And then of course white cannot come out because there is cut. So at this point white took the corner, the next largest one. This was almost miai, this one and that one. And then with white here, I didn't want to let white have another move toward this side because that will be really big. So I came in, and then white was probably thinking about attacking this one stone by doing something like this. But when black leaves, for example like that, and then let's say it becomes like this, then white is not gaining much from the center. So that's why white just chose this one, and then I attached here, and white haned. Here I could start a call like this, but then even if I make code threads something like this, I actually need one more move to have a real serious call for white. And then white has code threads like this one. Just connecting here is not powerful enough. So that's why this call seemed a little bit difficult for black. And then I haned instead. Here white captured this one stone, and then I got here. Actually with this one, I'm not capturing this one stone because white can still go out. But this means black will just do this and that and maybe something like this. So black's going out to the center with very nice shape. Actual game, white didn't save this one stone because it's not very big. Instead, white split the black group and then did this and exchanged this one. Actually, I think white was planning to do this, but then wanted to see how black answers this one. At this point, usually I would think about answering like this, but then at this point I was feeling that the game's very close. So if you see, white has about like maybe 6, and here 15, maybe about 5. I'm doing very approximate counting here, and this is about 5. So 10, 25, about 30, 35. I would say white has about 35 and black has about 15. Here maybe 10, 25, 10, 35, and maybe 8. So 43. You can see that black's ahead by maybe about 8 to 10 points because I didn't count this one. But then it's white's turn. So I was feeling the game's really close. And then when white came here, I wanted to answer as in the strongest possible way. I even thought about not answering this one and coming here, but then I realized that white could do this. If black tries to cut, then white would cut here and then capture these 4 stones. So Tenuki was not really my option. And then I didn't want to just answer, so I came here and then did this. So this one, if it works, it gives a few more points to black's territory. But the risk is that white can maybe choose to do this later on if this is bigger. Right now, this white's group is not quite safe, so white probably won't choose this one. But later on, when circumstance changes, this was a possibility. So that was the thing. And then in the actual game, white came over here. Like even if black plays one more move here, it's not very great. For example, like this, and still not very big points. So because white tenukid, I tenukid as well. I came here, this was the largest one after this move. And then white came here because if white plays somewhere else and black comes here, then white's group over here is very weak. So this was very important point. And then I exchanged this as well. And then came over here, then did this. This was because white came here, and then when white comes around this way, you can see that this black group can be chased, and I wouldn't like that, so I took this one. So at this point the game is still very close, and then we were both on countdown, of course. It was very difficult to count accurately with the countdown and with these vague borders. Anyway, so white started coming this way, obviously looking at this black group because it's not alive yet. And then I came out. It was so pity that I couldn't do this. It wasn't leather. So I did that. And then white exchanged this all in sente and came out. And then did that here. And this one. This was, I think this was the losing move for me. It was pity. So my proper move was to come somewhere around here. And then white could come here. Oh, no. This way and then block because this is big point from the center. But then it's okay because I can do this, exchange this, and then come over here. So I think the game's very close and maybe I have a good chance of winning this game. Although I wouldn't say black's ahead, but still it's very difficult and very close. The actual game, I was a little bit greedy and then it became messy. So instead of coming over here, I did this first. You know, I want to blame the countdown, but I guess I shouldn't. So I would say this was the losing move. I was hoping white would answer. No, not this one. This one. And then I was going to do the same. But if I think about it, I should have just done this. White was not going to do that because, you know, it's not a good move. So let me show you the actual game. White came over here, and then I did this, and this one. At first I was thinking that white's shape is so thin, but it turned out my shape was even worse. My original plan was to cut over here, but then I realized that white could do this, and then maybe do that, And then there was this Aji over here. You know, originally I was planning to do that, but white can now cut here. And then if black connects here, then white can cut this one. These three stones too big, and black is not even capturing these white three stones, so this wouldn't be okay. So I was thinking over here and then decided to exchange this one. If white connects here, then maybe I can cut. This one is covered because of this net. But the problem was that white didn't really have to connect here. So in the actual game, white chose this one. And now I have to worry about this group and that group at the same time. So actual game, I exchanged this and came over here. But white jump was sente. I had to come back. Black has only one eye over here for the moment. And this was so painful. I had to answer. You know, if I don't answer, white would come over here again, and this is even worse. So I had to come back, and then white came over here. That was another painful move, and at this point I was already sensing that I lost this game. This is so terrible. And then I had to leave like this. White's this move was sente, and then I had to do that. I really wanted to come over here instead, because with this one, white's diagonal move is sente. If I don't answer, then white can do this. So that is very terrible. I couldn't do this because then white can come over here. My only hope is to come out this way, but white can answer here. It doesn't work with all this squeeze. Still this one liberty is empty, so there is no capturing, and then white can all block. So I could all die. Yeah, terrible, I know. So at this point I had to come here so that there will be way out for black. And then white did this. Over here I had to answer. And then white took this. And now white is forcing black to answer this way, because otherwise white can do this and that. So now this group will be captured. So I had to come here, and then white blocked. And then I exchanged this one because I thought if white tries to do that, then I would hane and then come out somehow. That would work. So when I came out, white blocked. And then if I cut here, white will probably connect. And then if I capture this one, white can do this. So problem. I came over here instead, and then white connected. This was sente, so I had to leave here. Now this is alive, and this one is also alive. But when white took here, the center, white was gaining so many points in the center. White got this one in cente, and my points fewer than before. This one was small, and then this group was still not safe. The problem was that later on, if things got strong around, white could do this and then do that. So there was this aji. If black does this, then it's cool. but this call will be very terrible because white has many code threats, you see. So I came over here, and then white blocked here, then this, and here I couldn't even cut because of this one, and then here this would be sente because of this one. So white could do this, right? And then I can't block here because of this cut, and this one is still sente. That's why I came here, and then if white connects, then I can cut here. But of course white came here, and then I took this one, and then white cut over here. With this one, my two stones are captured. So overall, white got the center and these two stones. So that was the game over. I actually played until the end because I couldn't count very accurately, and then I eventually lost by 6.5 points. Basically, it was draw without komi. So that was the game today. Was it too fast? Anyway, so I thought this game was interesting though, especially around this center. How white came over here when I did this. So the lesson of today's game: don't be greedy. Connect your groups first. Yeah. But in the rapid games, sometimes you make mistakes like that. But anyway, it was the game of the day. I hope you enjoyed. And then remember, if you have any questions, leave them on Facebook now. And I appreciate it very much if you like my Facebook page also. So that was all for the day. And then thank you for watching. I'll see you with the next game. Next game will probably be my live game again. So see you then. Bye bye.